Hey guys, I'm here with Alex Smith, and she's gonna talk to us a little bit about her artwork, her style, and what it's about. I saw a lot of old school animation style. So talk to me a little bit about your work in particular.
Okay, well, my work in particular, I am very much inspired by 1920s rubber hose type of characters. And on top of that, I love the 80s and 90s color palettes and just fun patterns. I love patterning in my work too, which is a big thing. I stayed in Florence for 4 months, and that inspired me a lot just because they had so many beautiful patterns in their churches and stuff. Religious stuff, for my preference, didn't inspire me as much, but I loved the patterns and the artwork that was just beautiful. But going back to this, I also believe in showing self-care and love through my work, such as the Vase Girls, and then I have this little book here that I can show you in a second called Blooming Thoughts, which is a book that just has positive affirmations and quotes. So overall, yeah, I would say my work is just derives from cartoons, having fun, and just being your best self.
Great. Yeah, because we were talking earlier, and I told you a little bit about some of the stuff that I see in your artwork.
Yeah.
I see a lot of that old school, Disney animation from back in the day, definitely. Old school animation and things like that. So you said you liked it, but what really drew you into that style? Like, what was the moment that you like, I gotta draw like that now?
I'm very lucky in the fact that my grandparents would take me to Disney World every single February. My grandfather was a botanist, so he worked at a college and always had a week off during the spring. So we'd go there. I would see all the old cartoons. They would have it showing in the lobby of the hotel. So that was a huge inspiration for me. Other than that, though, going into college, I originally went to college for animation, but then I transferred over to illustration as I realized I appreciate and I love animation, but it's more about timing than it is the drawing, in my opinion. But
yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. This is a lot of work, but that is a lot of work.
Yeah. And it's a lot of the same repetition that goes along with it and all that stuff that goes on. And I was like, again, with animation, there's beauty in the animation, but there's beauty in taking a piece of work and making it your own as you do it.
Definitely.
So absolutely. But I'd love to see the book. If you have the book, we could definitely show a little bit of it.
10-page book. I did it for one of my classes during my senior year of college, which was now like 2 years ago. And yeah, it just says like, love yourself, let's move forward together. And the funny thing is, I did this before everything went down, so it was a nice little reminder to the gloom of the world that there's still a little bit of light in it. Yeah, so let's think of that last
I also see like some Yellow Submarine influences.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, Yellow Submarine. Yeah, no, it's actually funny. A lot of people see my work as a trippy LSD trip type of aesthetic, which, yes, it is there, but it's mostly just this fun, loose. You would watch these psychedelic shows when you were little, not knowing it was, and it's purely just this childlike fun.
Yeah, because you mentioned 80s and 90s, but there's definitely 70s in there.
Yes,
there's
definitely
70s, especially like you said, the psychedelic looks and all that stuff that comes in there. So
when I was 14, I went to vintage stores and dressed like I was from the 70s all the time. I thought I was going to get bullied for it. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Alex.
Thank
it's great.
you.
Congratulations on your table. And we'll see you around.
Yeah, see you around.
Take care. I'm here with Liz Reed and Jimmy Reed. They're going to talk to us a little bit about your work, Bites of Terror, Sweet Success, all that fun stuff.
Awesome. Well, we're Cuddles and Rage. We are mixed media artists. And our latest book is Bites of Terror that just came out with Quirk Books. Actually, it came out at the start of the pandemic, so it's our first show, like getting to show it off. But it's basically Tales from the Crypt meets food, and it's all a hand-sculpted graphic novel. And then these are our picture books that came out with HarperCollins. This is Sweet Success, which is about finishing what you start, which is autobiographical in a way. And then Sweet Competition, which is about sibling rivalry. So those books are for like 0 to 8, and they're all hand-sculpted as well. And Bites of Terror is kind of all ages. It's a lot darker humor than our picture books.
And then you got the sculptures, so I know, Jimmy, you can talk a little bit about the sculptures.
Totally. We do traditional 2D drawing work, but most of what we're doing now is 3D hand-sculpted character work. So these books are all made out of dioramas where we've sculpted them, posed them in scenes, and taken pictures.
Now that you got me thinking about it, have you guys ever thought about stop motion or anything for something like this?
Yeah. We do something we call handimation, where we make the characters, we hold them, and we move them around on screen, kind of like playing with your action figures.
Yeah.
We have not done any traditional stop motion with these guys.
I've done a little bit, but it's more like 5 seconds because it takes like 3 hours.
Right. So, yeah.
And the clay that we use, it's baked. And so it kind of limits us a little bit with the stop motion aspect. But like for our books, like when we have to do different positions, we have arms that are made out of silicone so they can move. And then the mouths aren't cooked. It's raw clay, so we can change the expressions.
Right.
So what came up with the idea of doing this kind of, what spawned the idea, in other words, of doing food with horror, but at the same time keeping it, I guess, all age friendly at the same time?
Well, these are all the things we love, food and horror. And when we met each other, we were just drawing these things to make each other laugh. And eventually we started seeing, hey, we got a collection now, let's post some online. And one thing after another, we started doing these shows, and here we are.
Well, congratulations. Well,
thank you.
I hope you enjoy MOCCA. I know you guys coming from DC, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Have you been enjoying the show so far?
That's awesome. We
It's
loved
so
it.
nice to be back and to see everybody.
Yeah.
It's been so long. We've been doing MOCCA for almost 10 years now, or almost 8 years.
You guys started when I finished.
Thank you.
So I gave you my spot, right?
We're like the Armory days for anybody that knows MOCCA.
I love the Army.
That's cool.
I love
I
the
know,
Army.
bring it back.
But I like the parking here.
So there you go. That counts too.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, it's
Thank
great.
you.
Again, you can find the book. It's on Instagram. You pretty much anywhere, right?
We're
Cuddles and
Cuddles
Rage.
and Rage everywhere. TikTok, all the good
Awesome.
stuff.
Oh,
yeah.
you guys on TikTok?
Oh yeah, we got
Oh, yeah.
Corn Dog Drama on TikTok, which is like a junk food soap opera.
Oh, I gotta look that up.
Oh, yeah,
I gotta look that up.
It's a hot one.
Okay. Thank you so much,
Yeah,
guys.
thank you.
Really
Yeah.
appreciate it. All right. Bye, guys. See you a little later.